Good morning, and welcome to Wellbeing Wednesday. If you're watching the recording, thank you for finding us, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today is the 14th of February, Valentine's Day for some, but not for all. Yes, but we're sharing the love here, and thank you very much for joining us. I would like to introduce the beautiful, wonderful Helen Gibson, who is going to take us through a wonderful, beautiful meditation. Good morning, Helen.
Good morning, Keza. Good morning, all. Welcome, 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 wherever you are watching from, or whatever timescape you're in, whatever dimensional reality. Today, I invite you to close your eyes and soften your gaze with whatever is safe to do so. We're going to do a little morning meditation. So shuffle your buttocks. If you're still lying down, try not to fall back asleep, but it's okay if you do, or fall asleep while you're listening. I'm aware that my dulcet tones can take you to places, so please just enjoy and be comfortable. Take 3 deep, full breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, if that is okay for you. As you breathe in, offer gratitude to the nutrients and nourishment that the air brings, the life-giving oxygen and all of the other minerals and things within the air, the good things. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders to drop, your jaw to unclench, your brow to unfurrow, and bring yourself into relaxation. Each breath that you now take, allowing yourself to relax in an aura of gratitude as you breathe in. Normalize your breathing, however that looks for you. And today it is Valentine's Day, as has been spoken about, but we're going to do a love meditation. And we're going to start with the most important love of all. So as you breathe, breathe in through your nose and see a beautiful loving colour, whatever that is for you. Shimmering light of colour with all of the variants, if there are variants, and the nuances of that colour as it shimmers within the air. Allow this air, this beautiful, loving, vibrational air to enter into your body. And as it's entering in and leaving, know that it is abundant. Air is abundant. Love is abundant. The air swirls around you and through you and into you with its loving vibration. Sending this loving vibration of air down to your toes, your big toe, the toe next to it, the toe next to that, the toe next to that, and the little one. Move your toes just a little bit. Become aware of your toes and the love that you are sending to your toes. Up through the balls of your feet, the tops of your feet. The air is circulating both outward and inward. The arches of your feet. A loving vibration swirls in and around your ankles as you breathe. Allowing this beautiful coloured loving light to flow into your body and around your body. Your shins and your calves now experience this love. And your knees and your thighs and your pelvic area, your buttocks, your reproductive area, your lower back, your lower abdomen. Gently caressed, nourished and nurtured by this loving light as it travels through the air into your body and around your body. Your mid-back, your midriff, your upper back, your chest, your shoulders, down your arms, your biceps, your triceps, your elbows. And as you reach your elbows, think about your humorous and bring a smile to your face. down to your forearms, your wrists, your hands, your fingertips. The love that your fingers express and receive. Loving vibration of light, swirling in the air, shimmering into your body, around your body, caressing your body, into your neck, and your head, top of your head, every single hair on your head, your eyebrows, and there's a hair in those eyebrows, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your cheeks, your chin, your forehead, all beautifully relaxed and being nourished, nurtured, and loved by the air that you breathe and the air that surrounds you. Allow yourself a moment to bask and bathe in this beautiful coloured light of love. Noticing any parts of your body that may just require a little bit more attention and a little bit more loving nurturing. With kindness and acceptance, send love to whichever part of your body requires. To your organs, your reproductive organs, your heart, your liver, your pancreas, your spleen, your bladder, your colon, your lungs, your brain, your skin. To your circulatory system as the blood flows around, fill the blood with loving light, a beautiful colour. Your nervous system, all of your veins, your capillaries, your arteries, your spinal column, your muscular system, all of the systems that create and are the beauty and wonder of you. Give them love. Allow that loving vibration to permeate all the way through. See yourself in this loving light, coloured, shimmering and beautiful. All of you. And then allow this to emanate around the room that you are in, the house that you may be in, apartment, flat, your parish, your townlands, your counties. This wonderful loving vibration coming from you, sharing across your country, across the oceans, deep into the earth and around or across the globe or the planet, whichever resonates for you. Into the universe, the metaverse, permeating all aspects of consciousness and life. Your loving vibration, connecting with other loving vibrations, healing and loving. And allow yourself for a moment to just both give and receive. A loving vibration, a swirling mass of colours filled with love. Allowing yourself now to choose whether to leave this vibration flowing around. It is abundant. You will not lose anything. You may allow it to stay and vibrate from you, or you can bring it back to yourself now, becoming aware of the chair beneath you or the bed, becoming aware of your environment. The choice is yours whether to let this loving vibration permeate across and through, up and under and around. But know that it is abundant. There is no lack within or without. Breathe this beautiful energy in 3 deep, full breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Bringing yourself back to full consciousness, knowing you are an energetic ball of love. That is yours. That is who you are and who you choose to be. And in your own time, twiddle your toes, move yourself around, stretch if you need to, and open your eyes, filled with love on this St. Valentine's Day.
Amazing, Helen. Oh, I love that. I'm wondering what everybody visualized when you said swirling colours of light. Can't remember the exact words, but I was thinking, you know, a twister with all different colours and being in the middle of it.
Oh, ow. Nice.
How
June,
about
you're
you?
on mute. I can see you moving your mouth, but you're on mute.
Yeah, I just felt pink everywhere, sparkly pink. It was just, wow. I just love the way you can summon up these imagery and the words at the drop of a hat, Helen. I so appreciate it. It's
You're not
amazing.
supposed to tell people it's the drop of a hat. It's all supposed to be planned out.
Oops,
We're not wing
never
it Wednesday,
mind.
we're Wellbeing Wednesday.
This
From the
one might have
heart,
been
isn't it?
planned. We can't possibly say.
I have to say, my swirl of colours when I was seeing it, because I had no idea what or concept of what colours you guys were thinking of. It was all of these individual colours, sort of at the heart, and pastels and vibrant colours, all kind of in in the spiral shape. For me,
Exactly.
it was this spiral of colour, and each colour melded into another colour, but it didn't become when you mix your paints and they become a rotten brown. These all maintained their own. I did worry about that, actually. I thought somebody's going to end up with swirling shit coloured like mine. But for myself, they all maintain their integrity. And I think that, for me, was the beauty of our individuality and our uniqueness, that we can maintain our integrity and our colour and our vibrancy when we're connected with others. We don't need to lose ourselves. Might merge at the edges, but our core remains vibrantly us. That was my vision when I was doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Definitely, mine was definitely a twister, and like yours, my colours didn't really merge. They were very vibrant. How about Sarah and Anne? What were your colours?
Mine was pink and gold.
Oh, similar to June.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when I sent love out, it was a rainbow that wrapped around who I was thinking of.
Cool. Cool.
With all pinks and purples and lilacs and teals and turquoise and blues, because I like those kind of dual colours, and yeah, they didn't merge into one. They all remained individual, but just on. That's what it was like. It was like chiffon, scarves of chiffon. It was beautiful. Really.
Ooh. I
Oh,
love the the visualizations and the imaginations of others. I was saying to my husband last night that one of the things about watching the television is it takes away your imagination. When you hear a story, your imagination can create the colors and the characters and everything else. And yet what we're doing, what's happening at the moment is so, I watch a lot of telly, but there's so much that you're watching, and it denies you your creativity of your own imagination. And it's, and I just think it's incredibly important that we listen to stories again. I might start reading stories again, actually, because when we hear a story, it just allows us to create and to fill in, to create those environments that are being explained to us, and everybody's would be different.
I think that's why lots of people say when they read a book and then you see the televised version of it, it's not the same, because you already have that image in your head from reading, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know someone who listens to audiobooks because she's not well and she can't really hold a book up, but she can lie there and she can listen to audiobooks, and that's nurturing her imagination that way. That's really nice.
I think one of my contradictions is I can't stand audiobooks, and yet I love to read stories, like out loud. I love to actually be the audiobook, so to speak. But
Well, you should be doing that, I would say. This would be a great use of your wonderful voice.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't mind. I used to read stories on Facebook every night. This is going back a few years when I actually engaged with those things. Every night I would read stories, and I'd pre-record them to read them. So, you know, and I love myth and fairy tale and children's stories predominantly. So, you know, all of the voyages of Sinbad, the Arabian Nights, the Grimm fairy tales, the Gruffalo. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Helen, do you remember
Yeah.
you did the Gruffalo for us the other Christmas? We've got
Yeah,
that
I
on our Rumble
love-
channel.
Yeah, I love the Gruffalo. But I
Wonderful.
don't like listening to audiobooks. I find that they just can't, it just doesn't work for me, which is really strange. But anyway.
No,
Yeah.
I'm the same. However, what I'd really like to listen to is June speaking about. First off, I think, are we going to speak about castor oil, June?
Well, this to flow with the flow of the conversation, we could go to bedtime routines and reading ourselves stories as a part of our bedtime routine.
Oh, wise
know?
words from the
I think
She's good, isn't
certainly
she?
bedtime routines can include watching things, but then also I think you can take, if you watch things that are not disturbing, yeah, nice, gentle stuff, then you can take those feelings into your dreams too. And you know, the things that you think about, like I sometimes watch podcasts about new moons, full moons, planet things. Oh my goodness, Egypt. Oh my goodness, they've discovered all sorts of amazing things in the pyramid, and it's got the I think it's the main pyramid. I'm not sure. The Giza pyramid, and it's got the chambers are aligned to the chakras, and they're discovering, even now, discovering more chambers in there. There's a story. There's a guy, Robert Edward Grant. Pam Gregory mentioned him the other day, and I thought, need to look this up. And he's been doing stuff with Egypt for a long, long time, and he's got all sorts of the mathematical calculations and the sound vibrations that go with those different levels on the pyramids. It's beyond me. I'm going to give it to a musician friend of mine and go, explain this to me, because it's just too much. But yeah, so
they say
sorry.
that the pyramids. They say that the pyramids are healing chambers. There was never a body found in them, and that it does work on sound and frequency and energy.
Some kings did put themselves in there. There is a sarcophagus in the king's chamber, apparently. Do you know you can hire it? You can, not the sarcophagus, I mean, you can hire the pyramid to stay overnight in it. My friend, my teacher of Egyptian healing, she did stay over there many years ago. I imagine it's quite expensive now. But he went in there and stayed overnight with a friend, and he discovered all sorts of amazing astrological symbols on the walls. But there's an Egyptian calendar type of thing, and it talks about time going forward as well as back, and multi-dimensional stuff. And it's all a bit too much for my little brain, but the way that we're going in these different phases, we've been in Pisces, and before that we were in Aries in the 2000 years sort of cycle. So now we're in Aquarius, so we're kind of going backwards in time, but at the same time we're going forwards through because we're in the month of Aquarius, and then next month it will be Pisces. But it's, you know, but bedtimes, yes, bedtimes. Castor oil. We were talking about hair in the group, and I said, oh, castor oil, good for hair. Some people do actually put it in their hair, but other people put it just in their belly button. We've talked about this before, how even just doing that there, it affects your hair as well, everywhere. It affects your skin everywhere. but other people put it on specific areas of skin to help with those areas. And I've noticed people getting rid of skin tags, moles, and some people have reported putting it on their faces and getting rid of wrinkles. So I tried it last night, forgetting that it takes a really long time to soak in, and now my pillow's got castor oil on it. Ah! So warning, wear pajamas. If you're putting it on your body, wear pajamas that you don't care about them getting oily. I mean, it will wash out, I expect. But yeah, fascinating. So Sarah's
Can I
got
ask a question? Can I ask a question about castor oil? Because I
Yeah.
think you're about to introduce Sarah's
thing.
what's it called? Whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called. The thing, is it a compress? Is it called a compress? What's it called? I can't remember.
It's a
But you
pack.
know,
Castor
it's a
oil.
pack. That's it, a castor oil pack. I kind of made a makeshift one, and as I did it, I wondered whether I had, whether I was, because castor oil takes in all of the properties of whatever it touches as well, doesn't it? So that's why you're supposed to make sure it's organic in a dark glass, not in plastic and things like that. So I've used because I have a child that wears nappies, you know, a nappy. Because I figured that it would have a waterproof back. It's not a terry nappy, it's a what they call disposable. But I've put the castor oil into the nappy and then kind of put it where I wanted it. But I'm concerned that is there things in the nappy? But I'm thinking it goes on a baby's bottom. But then I've got this battle
That's
going
not good
in my
either.
head. No, I've got this battle in my head going, doesn't matter. They don't care that it goes on a baby's bottom. So is my castor oil drawing in things from the
Yeah.
nappy that maybe I shouldn't be using and I should go and get something else? And then how do you avoid chemicals anyway?
Yeah. Yes, very good question. And I'm not an expert at all. I'm just still exploring this because I've just discovered it recently. But yeah, I would say stay away from the plastic myself. If it's not meant to be stored in a plastic bottle, it's not meant to be put next to your body in a plastic nappy. And nappies have got all sorts of other stuff in them besides. They've got beads in them that absorb the wee and everything. You know, it's just, yeah.
All right. But the compress things that you use have to have a plastic back because they have a plastic back, don't they? Do they, Sarah?
Well, they were the instructions I was given in the very first place before I'd heard of castor oil packing, was to, right, so what you do is you get this fabric that's about that kind of size. You fold it into three, like this, and then you pour the castor oil onto that side. And the original instructions I was given was then you wrapped cling film around your body, and I went, I don't like the idea of that at all. So what I did was I found an old hand towel, and I stuck that over it first of all, and then I secured it in place with a woolen scarf. All of these were undyed, and they were not bleached or anything like that. But oh God, it's so uncomfortable to be in because then you've got a knot somewhere around your middle. So recently I discovered, I hate to say it's on Amazon, but it is on Amazon, this thing. And this one I think was about 12 quid. It's just called a castor oil pack. And what you do, I don't want to stick it on my jumper because it's got castor oil on it. Although, no, there's no oil on that side. Because yes, there is a plastic backing in there. And it does say that that's organic cotton, but I'm having none of that. I like this stuff, which is unbleached organic cotton. So that bit's nowhere near my body. And okay, there might be some leaching backwards and forwards, but I reckon that this is probably about the best alternative I've come across. Then it's a kind of a canvas thing on there. And it's got these two long straps. So what you do is you put your pack inside, and then you literally strap this around your liver, because I use it for liver packing. So you strap it round there, and then you pull these Velcro straps and secure it in place. You've not got big lumps and bumps of a knot from a scarf, and it actually does stay in place all night. I think it's fantastic. So I put this on just about every night. Occasionally I'll miss a night, but more often than not, I wear a castor oil pack at night, because doing a castor oil pack on your liver helps. Obviously, it helps with the liver function, because apparently what it does is thins the lymph around the organ. You can tell me if I'm wrong here, but my understanding is it thins the lymph around the organ, which then allows it to do its detoxing action much better. And with the liver working better, it makes your gut work better. It does have an impact on your skin. I certainly feel lovely and soft when I get up and get in the shower in the morning. I've never actually put it in my belly button. What a good idea. What a good... I've used other oils in my belly button, but never used castor. I've used castor oil on my eyebrows in an attempt to bring those back. Post-menopause, they went. I've also rubbed it into my head, into my scalp. And then, well, it's not similar to this because it doesn't have a plastic backing on it, though I suppose I could use a shower cap underneath, but wrap it in a turby towel and sleep in it overnight. I must say, I don't feel it has improved my hair growth, but it certainly makes my hair feel fabulous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Also, do you remember we spoke about castor oil with Robin, and she gave us a link to buy some castor oil, which I can put in the description.
I know, yes. I recommend it to
Mine came with a
people.
pack. Mine came with a castor oil pack, but it was only a small one. And my sister has that one now.
Was that for the thyroid, the small one? Because you can put it on your thyroid as well. I'm not great with things that tight around my neck, so I wouldn't find that easy to sleep in. But you can put it on your around your thyroid or over your eyes.
Mhm.
I've heard that it really helps eyesight. I watched a few different videos, and I did say, somebody says that about their eyesight, and I said just put a little bit of castor oil on your eyes, because apparently it restores vision. And I think that's the whole thing about putting it in your belly button, isn't it? Is that it actually then goes to wherever it's needed in the body, because the belly button is connected to all of the body. But
It made my eyes really sting. I tried it on because I tried it on my eyebrows and went into my eyes, made my eyes really sore and red, and yeah, it did not suit me. But I put it in my belly button every night.
Yeah, I think some people have said they put it actually in their eyes, and I'm thinking, nah, that wouldn't be very good. I think on the eyelid, but you know, you've got to be really careful. I think, yes, again, do your own research, people. Because we're still exploring. It's not, you know, we don't know everything about everything.
There's a
things.
we've shared the information before, but Barbara O'Neill, haven't we? We shared her things, and she talks a lot about castor oil packs, and for breast cancer as well, having the pack.
Well, that's where I was putting, because this boob's been, as you know, been playing up. So that's where I put it in my bra and left it there for 2 days, and then took it off, and then for a day, then put it back. And I have noticed that something is happening. I'm not really sure what though, or which way it's going.
Okay, well, we await with bated breath further developments in that area. I've been putting it in my belly button. I don't know, when did we first start talking about this? Before Christmas.
Yeah, I'll have a look. I can't remember.
Autumn, I would say autumn. I would say around autumn.
Yeah. And I've been mostly doing it every day, and it's really helping my digestive system, although that is a long, slow process, and it's gone through various phases. And I think I haven't done a pack yet, and I think I will. It's castorvita.co.uk. And they're in Hull, which is exciting because it's just over there.
There's a really good website. Well, it's not really good, but it's got useful little tips and hints on it. It's an American one, and obviously she is busy selling castor oil and castor oil packs. I think it's called Queen of the Thrones.
Canadian.
I've watched her.
Yeah, yes. So she realised. Sorry, June. Sorry.
It's okay.
Tips and hints on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Queen of the Thrones. Yeah. Hilarious. She's got a really good sense of humor.
Yes, she has.
Yes. It does change your bowel movements. So yeah, I mean, like Jean-Marc was saying in the group chat the other day, hair loss is a thing that can have many different causes, like all things can. In Chinese Oriental medicine approaches, we look at the person, not the condition, and everybody's got a different set of symptoms that relate to what might possibly be the underlying cause for them. And so, there's a saying, same illness, different causes, same causes, different illness. Because in different people, a single cause can cause different things. So it's wise to have a diagnosis if your hair is falling out, and just get some professional opinion on that. And I think Sarah has got thoughts on that too, from a homeopathic point of view.
Yeah, there are, I was thinking about this earlier and thought, well, what are some cases where I've seen a really big difference? Actually, the first one that came to mind was a cat many years ago. There were two cats, and one of the cats died, and the other cat then took to grooming itself quite a lot. But this poor cat was completely bald on the insides of both back legs and on his tummy, and completely bald. He'd just licked it all away. And the woman that he lived with approached me and said, "Oh God, what can you do?" And so I was talking about, what had just recently happened. She said, "Oh, about 2 months ago, his brother died." So I gave him some Ignatia without even looking anything up. But in the picture of Ignatia, there is hair loss from grief. And there are quite a few remedies that do that. Another one is Nature Mure, that also does hair loss from grief. So that can be something that can set off hair loss. There are other remedies as well, and of course, being 8 o'clock in the morning, I can't bring any of that to mind. So I'm sorry, I can't add any more.
Hormones.
Hormones. There you go. Yeah. So, and there are lots of hormone-y type remedies. A lot of us will know what it's like when we've been pregnant, and our hair is absolutely lush. It's amazing. It's fabulous. And then once the baby's born, suddenly you're finding handfuls on the pillow, or it's blocking up the sink, or every time you brush it, you kind of go, "Oh my God," and it's coming out in handfuls. So obviously there are hormones that need to rebalance after having babies. This is going to happen anyway, but it can just happen with a bit of support. So to bring it back into balance much more quickly, so that hair loss isn't as dramatic and we don't feel like we're going bald. So yeah, hormones, and particularly during menopause as well, that's another big time. I do treat lots of women who've lost considerable amounts of hair. I myself have lost considerable amounts of hair. It's certainly slowed up now, and I'm 5-6 years past menopause now. So I would hope it would have slowed up by now. The other thing, of course, is stress. I mean, stress is just, oh my God. When I see people and go, "Oh my goodness, something massive has happened to you," and it could be that they've experienced a divorce, or a loss of business, or a loss of the partner, or they've had to move home, or even getting married. All of these things, they bring about their own stress, and the body doesn't always know the difference between good stress and bad stress. So again, looking at those symptoms and the reasons why they are feeling the way that they're feeling, and what exactly they're feeling, is what we'd be looking at in terms of homeopathic remedies. So I wouldn't say, there's one remedy for hair loss at all, because it's with homeopathy, obviously, it's everything is match the symptoms of the patient to the symptoms of the person. Always.
Exactly how June reminded me the other day. One size does not fit all.
Talking of hair, though, is there something around grey hair? What causes grey hair? And can you bring the colour back to your
Old
hair?
age. Getting
I'm
old.
aware of that aspect, but I'm just curious what there obviously is some I've been going grey since I was 19, Kerry. Thank you.
Oh.
You're just a wise
So
old
it's about
soul,
old
that's
age,
all.
yeah. I am an old soul, but I'm just curious because I'm actually thinking, I can't remember what it was, but my hair seems to be going, there's bits of it that are kind of bit like darker hair growing, but the whole hair goes grey, doesn't it? It's not, like people say pluck out your greys, and it's like, no, because the whole hair goes grey all the way down. So what changes, and I don't really know what changes the colour of hair or why, but I presume it's some sort of hormone or chemical within. And is there something to pull
Apparently,
it back, stop it, or
stops producing pigment. There you
What's
go.
that?
is that what it is?
Once a follicle stops making melanin, it won't make coloured strands again.
Well, the
Ever?
remedy.
I'm feeling heartbroken.
Yeah, see, I don't know enough about the technicality.
No, I don't. It was just that we were
the
talking
Western
about
kind of nutrient kind of side of things. But my hair, I'm nearly 70. This is my natural hair color.
go you.
So genetics have got a lot to do with it. My grandfather on my dad's side wasn't even completely gray when he died at 93. But other things happened that caused him stress. He had quite a lot of big stress. He was in the Second World War at various horrible places and events. And it's an interesting thing. I've understood that heat rising to the head in Chinese medicine terms does damage the follicles. So in that respect, things like coffee can cause more gray hairs. And I have noticed when I drink coffee, I get a few more. It's really bizarre. I mean, I have got some, you maybe can't see them, but there are more and more creeping in. But it's I don't know, it's definitely a thing, this hot-headed kind of people, maybe.
Haha.
Copper and iron deficiency, apparently.
Oh, you just looked it up, right? Okay.
Yeah, I've been looking up all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think there's definitely minerals involved, but I can't say for what they are. Except that somebody said to me, because my daughter has been doing a lot of diving and in the sun, and then she's been for a long time bleaching her hair with horrible chemicals. And I'm just going, well, you just stop it. You've got sun and water. It's gonna bleach anyway. And she's naturally blonde. I mean, she's always been blonde, but she wanted it to be even more blonde. So her hair was in a bad state. It was not good condition at all. And somebody suggested I get her silicea, which is a homeopathic remedy, isn't it, Sarah? But this was the mineral version of it without being it turned into a homeopathic remedy. And so you can buy a container of it, but I think it's got other things in it too. I can't remember. Anyway, she has reported it's been really good for her hair and for her husband's skin. It's very good for nourishing the skin and the hair. So silicea, SILICEA.
Thank you.
And with regards to bedtime routine, where does that come into it?
Well, yes.
We digressed as usual.
I'm just looking at the comments. Korean dramas. Yes, well, of course. They've got to be there. What can you say? I mean, there's just so many of them. When do we ever get time to watch them all? It's the list gets longer, and I'm anyway, never mind.
I realize that my dreams are turning Korean. Which isn't great because I don't speak their language, so I've no idea what's being said in my dreams. Not that I remember dreams, but I've started to remember. I'm like, why am I waking up thinking of Korean dramas? So
they get into your soul, I'm telling you.
I've got to be very careful. I've had a romantic winter in terms of my nighttime routines. And when I say romantic, watching romantic stuff on TV. So I'm entering into spring and summer with a romantic vibration, I realise, which I don't know whether that's a good thing.
Well, it's nice to see people, they love their happy endings, right? Most of
Not
their
all
dramas,
of them.
not all of them, not all of
Not
them, but you know, there's always a twist and there's always some, you know, weird stuff going on, but they do love their happy endings, and that makes me happy. So I'm, you know, that's fine.
Yes.
But yeah,
in
bedtime
terms-
routines. I mean, skincare. I'm now putting castor oil on my hands as well as my navel because my hands were looking pretty old. And so somebody said, try that. So I'm going to try that. Try not to get it on my sheets and my pillow. But also winding down and doing a meditation, doing some deep breathing, definitely. I'm terrible for holding my breath when I'm concentrating on things. And so I get into bed and I just do lots of deep breathing to loosen my diaphragm. And if I feel the need, vagus nerve exercises, but maybe we can talk about those another time, because I also do those in the morning as well. And they're great for your digestion and your neck and shoulder stress and tension. So improved blood flow to the head generally is a good thing.
Brilliant. How about you, Sarah? Do you have a routine?
It involves my face, of course. Not that I'm really vain, but I just want to take care of my face particularly. And so I use my little gadgets on my face. I do a cleanse and sometimes a scrub and lots of moisture. I have in the past used castor oil on my face, but it's just a little bit too heavy for me, so I don't do that. What else do I do? I put my castor oil pack on, obviously. I will also occasionally do some slow tapping at night as well. Now, I use this, I should have brought it downstairs. I use this, it's a handle and it's got lots of little bamboo sticks in it. And I use it to tap all over my body in the mornings as well. And that I do it quite quickly and quite hard. In the evenings, I do some very slow tapping. I don't know if it's the tapping itself or if it's the, you know, just getting into that place of I'm looking after myself, I'm calming myself down, I'm just relaxing my nervous system. But it's one of those things before I get into bed at night, I go, yeah, do that for me. And then I read my gratitude log that I've written in the mornings so that I can go to sleep remembering that I'm just really grateful for all the lovely things, people, energy in my life.
That's really nice. The gratitude log.
That's
Yeah.
lovely.
Reading it, remembering it.
That's lovely.
I've done it, for weeks or whatever in the past, but I have decided that this year I'm going to make a year of gratitude and make sure that I do it every day. If I do have to miss one, I'll catch up on it because I can always find at least 10 things to be grateful for. Sometimes they're repeated things, but sometimes there's new things as well. But it's just about bringing yourself back into that energy of actually, even though some things have been really pants during the day, and there might be some really horrible things going on in my life, there are always loads of things I can find to be grateful for. And I'd rather go to sleep feeling that than feeling, oh my God, or that's shit, I've had a crap day. I will always try and do something to turn that round for myself.
That's great. I started to also listening to somebody on Wellbeing Wednesday was talking about it once. Instead of saying in the morning, today is going to be a great day. Today is a great day.
Bring the energy in already. Feel it.
Yes,
Feel
rather
it.
than the future, it's now. So
Yes.
I have started doing that, and I do when I go to bed. It's usually about the children really and my immediate family, but I do kind of say a silent little prayer to say thank you to all of those in my life that I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
June, you have something you're waving around.
I have a gratitude jar where I write little messages on. I don't do it so regularly as Sarah, but I write little messages onto myself to be grateful for this, that, and the other thing, and I pop it in there. And then I just had to clear out after about a year. And again, I'm not very consistent with that. You know, it's maybe something that one should do on a set, like a little ritual, New Year's Day or something. Oh, by the way, Happy New Year. We've had the dragon has
Yes,
come in.
and just before we move
And
on to June, I was just going to say, Anne, you do the same as June with your pot. You're on mute, love.
I do. Anything really nice that happens to me or an occasion or something, I do that. And I've got a big thank you pot. Yeah, so it's good. It's absolutely chock-a-block at the moment. I'm limited it from last year, but I will do.
yeah,
Lovely.
Oh, look
I
at
like
you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Helen. Carry on, Helen. Sorry.
No. I was just going to say at night time, in terms of nighttime rituals, if people can turn off their Wi-Fi, turn off any electrical plugs that they don't need on, to limit that, to set some intentional water as well at their bedside that's there for them in the morning, and the gratitude, the breathing. There's loads of if you want to be listening to something, if you need, try not to have any access to your devices and TVs. Give yourself at least 20 minutes before you go to bed of no blue screen, no screen time at all, phone or TV or laptop, and get your mindset into, you know, like when I'm going to bed, I like to get my mindset into going to bed. I mean, when, I don't know about any other people, but when your children were little, you used to get your children ready for bed. We used to get ready for bed. And it's real to get ready for bed, to tell your systems. I think Sarah's slow tapping, part of that, this is part of my routine. So you're sending the right messages to your body, telling yourself that, you know, whether it's a warm bath, a hot bath, you know, if you bath, a hot drink. Lots of people, I don't really do hot drinks, but you know, you used to have was it Horlicks or Ovaltine at night? You did those, I've got to be honest, that were not my thing. But getting yourself mentally preparing yourself for bed, and all of these nighttime rituals are around that, whether it's your skincare regime, whether it's having the bath, whether it's getting your water, whether it's turning off your you know, whatever. But build a route. You already have nighttime rituals and routines. You may not be aware of them, but you do have them, even if it is to just get up from to the telly and drop into bed and go to sleep. That's a routine. That's something that you do on a regular basis, a habit, a ritual. But I would definitely, I do say thank you. The last thing I want coming through my mind before I go to bed, even though I have wake up with Korean dramas, is gratitude. And to say thank you. And even if it has been a shitty day, and like, it's just, I actually offer gratitude for whatever I had to learn with that, whatever it was that was horrendous, that I was able to be in my bed warm and snug at night after whatever had happened. And that was something to be grateful for, that I was able to feel the pain, that I'm still alive, that I was able, you know, so even the horrible stuff, you know, we get to experience that. You know, it's not foisted. You know, it's quite a fortunate thing that we're here to be able to experience it. It's not always nice, and it is great to kind of, and I think offering gratitude to some of those things reframes it before we go to sleep, that we're happy that there's learning, and that we're in our bed and that we're snug, and that we will wake. And if you want to wake up, what time you want to wake up, how you want to wake up, you can set all of those intentions, and it does work. If you have to be up for a certain time, your body knows the time. You don't really need an alarm clock, although, and I find that when I do use an alarm clock, it's when I'm feeling doubtful in my life about me anyway. But otherwise I will wake up when I need to, and things like that. So yeah, nighttime rituals are very important, because it's the cap on your day, isn't it? And then you can even set yourself up. There are people that do lucid dreaming, and there's people that do go, you know, I don't consciously visit and travel, but some people literally prepare to travel at night and go off to galaxies and different places. So whatever it is, just to be conscious of it, I think, that you are going to bed, you are going to have a good night's sleep, and that you are going to wake up rested and rejuvenated. Even if you have the worst nightmares in the world, set the intention. It makes a difference. It won't be as bad as it could have been.
Oh, that's brilliant. My friend told me the other day that her auntie travels at night. And
Yeah,
her
lots of people do.
she's not awake at all, but yeah, she travels.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just want to bring June back in because look at that fantastic background.
Yeah.
My friend Louise made this with artificial intelligence, which alarms me all to hell. But anyway, she wanted a happy looking dragon, not a scary, horrible dragon. So we're using this one and another one for this year in our clinic and in my social media posts. But stretching at night as well, really important. Really, just letting the stresses of the day go. And also, of course, stress release. If there's things worrying you, hold your forehead before you go to sleep. You can lie on your back and do it like this. Really just light touch, no pressure. As long as your elbows are supported, you're not creating more tension. Or you can lie on your side. You can just, however's comfortable. You got to be comfortable and just let go. You can think about the things that were worrying you during the day, and this just helps clear your mind so they tend not to come back in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is when they tend to do that. It's always the liver time between 1 and 3 in the morning. That's when people wake up with that. Yeah. So yeah, it's better to clear the decks if you can before you go to sleep.
June, would you like to finish on what you started and I rudely interrupted about Happy New Year?
Well, I just remembered because we were saying about clearing the jar at New Year. Oh yeah, it's New Year. There's the dragon. That's all. That's all I wanted to say, really. Except it's a good time to do clearing in your house and clear the clutter. And now the days are getting brighter. You open the windows and let the fresh air through and all that kind of stuff. It's really important to create a nice, clean, clear atmosphere in your bedroom. And from feng shui point of view, you're not meant to have loads of books in your bedroom. So I have recently cleared a lot out into the corridor. There's still a whole bunch on the side here. I was looking for my Qigong book, running around the clinic going, where the hell's that? It's here. It's right here. Oh my word. So yeah, and not bright, overstimulating colors. Should be peaceful colors in the bedroom. And no mirrors facing the bed. And no sharp, pointy corners either. If you've got furniture that comes to a point and points at you while you're sleeping, that's not great. So you can if you can't move the furniture, because, small bedrooms or difficult configurations, put a scarf over the pointy corner or put a scarf over the mirror. If ever I go anywhere and stay where there's a mirror fixed to the wall and I can't move it, I put a scarf over it. Just helps because the astral body does leave. We all travel at night, but we just don't necessarily remember it. The astral body comes up and out and off it goes, wandering about. But if it sees itself in the mirror, it gets a shock. And that's when we get those wake up suddenly like that, the jerk.
Wow, I learned some new things.
Mm.
Again, every Wellbeing Wednesday, I learn something new.
Well, we all do. That's why we come. So we can learn more stuff from each other. Yeah.
Oh, it's phenomenal. Maybe we should talk about dreams one day as well.
Oh, yeah. The meaning of dreams.
Yeah. Brilliant. Would anyone else like to contribute just before we say goodbye? I think we've talked a lot this morning, haven't we? Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah, Helen, June, and Anne. Thank you for all your wise words and tips and advice. And I'll put the contact details in the YouTube description so people can find you. On behalf of the People's Health Alliance, thank you so much for joining us. And we hope to see you again soon. Take care and happy Wellbeing Wednesday. Goodbye.